Hi guys, Harry here and welcome to another episode of the transfer list. Today we're looking at Cardiff City, obviously play in the BPL under manager Malky Mackay, although that could change in the next coming days as owner Vincent Tan looks increasingly likely to sack him if he doesn't resign himself for whatever reason. A lot of people disagree with him, but anyway, let's get into it. So obviously Cardiff's main weakness is their attack. Why? Well, basically they're not scoring enough goals. Only 13 goals scored in the league. That's the third lowest in the league. Very, very low total. The strikers aren't too bad. They've got Andreas Cornelius, who moved for about 8 million. He's been injured though and not scored too many goals. And Campbell, he's been okay, but not the best. So let's take a look at who they could possibly buy and my pick. So the person I think they should try to get in January. So let's start with top left, Nabil Bahoui. Plays for AIK in the Swedish league. Probability 30%. I mean, he's rumoured to leave. A lot of newspapers stating he could leave, but whether he wants to or not, we'll see. He's very clinical. In 101 appearances, he has scored a very good total of 30 goals. That is very, very high, albeit at a lower level league, not the highest quality. He's 6'2" and a winger, and he's 22 years old, so it'd be a great signing for the future. A lot of clubs linked with him though, as I've said. The likes of Swansea and Everton have been linked with him in the past, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, moving on to bottom left, Hugo Vieira plays for SC Braga. Probability again 30%. He's a striker, 25 years old, 5'10", so just about average height. Fairly good player. Not had the best of times at Braga though, not playing at all. That's why I've only got a picture of him getting presented at the club. I've got no picture of him playing, because he basically isn't playing, so he'll want to leave. Whether or not Cardiff will want to buy him, we'll see, but they've definitely been rumoured to buy him, so we'll see how that goes. Probably cost about 3 to 5 million coin. 3 to 5 million anyway. Moving on, top right, Alex Fernandez. Now this would be a loan deal, as Espanyol would want to keep him, as he's definitely one for the future. Very young, 21 years old, plays in the centre mid role, but a very attacking centre mid role, so more CAM position. Plays for Espanyol, as I've said. Probability slightly higher, 40% to go out on loan. Very young Spanish talent. He did very well in the under-19 European tournament a few years ago for Spain. He's been a great player and would definitely improve Cardiff City in my opinion, and even if they could try to buy him permanently, but that's unlikely, he would be great. And finally, my pick, the person I think Cardiff should invest in January, is Wilfried Zaha. Obviously this would be a loan deal, as Manchester United would want to keep him, but he's just not been playing for Manchester United. It's probably best for the club. It would improve Wilfried Zaha probably, and you know, he'll want to leave to get some game time ahead of the World Cup. Probability 50%, fairly high, as I said. He'll want to leave, on loan anyway, because he's not getting game time. So yeah, I could see that happening. So let's take a look at how he would fit into the team. Now, obviously in goal we've got Marshall. He's their best keeper by a mile. He's played the most games this season by an absolute mile as well. And he's been fairly solid. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. Pretty good keeper. Moving on to the two centre-backs, we've got Turner and Corker. Both players you'll see there have played 1,530 minutes. I've put that in brackets. That is the most you could possibly play. They've played 90 minutes in every single match this season, which is very impressive in terms of fitness. Moving on to the left back, we have Taylor. He's been a consistent performer all season. Not maybe the best in attack, but fairly solid defensively. And then the right back, Catherine, or T. Catherine, been fairly solid. Getting on now, I think he's quite old, but you know, an average defender. Then we've got Gary Medel in CDM role. He's been fantastic since transferring to the club. Just, you know, always there to keep the ball moving around. Keep the ball moving around the team, and he's a great defensive midfielder, always prepared to make a tackle. And his disciplinary record has been solid in the team so far. Then we move on to Much and Gunnarsson, who have both played a lot of games this season. Much has scored 2 goals, I believe, one absolute screamer, a great long shot, and Gunnarsson has been fairly solid. And then we move on to our right wing, who is Whittingham. He's played every minute of every game this season, 1,530 minutes. He's been great, a consistent start under Malky Mackay, so I'm sure he'll be starting for games to come. Then we got Campbell up front. You could argue we could have Andreas Cornelius, but I think Campbell's a better player, to be honest. Cornelius was bought for 8 million, but Campbell's been pretty good since playing for Cardiff. And then finally, the signing that I think they should make, Wilfried Zaha out there on the left wing. He's just going to add that extra dimension on the left side. You know, run down the wing, hopefully cross it into Campbell and he'll finish it in, or even cut in and maybe cross it into a centre mid and they'll finish it off. So that's where I think he'll play. You know, running down the wings, creating chances for Campbell, and I think that would be a pretty lethal attack. So that's the video, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Leave a comment on your opinions on the video, and tell me who I should review next. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. Goodbye.